Well, today, guys, I will be showing you my YouTube video on how to find the better of the skill tree and the best of both worlds for melee and pretty much the shields and how all this aids in your ability to be able to get through things quickly, kill enemies really quickly. But I'm going to start off by respecking and going into my HUD. I will be putting the, okay, so here, cooldown rate is 15 seconds. Alright? Now, I move on to my fast hand skill, increase your reload speed, and weapon swap speed. And after doing that, I put 5 on that, because when I'm down, that's a good thing to have. I can get out of second wind quickly. So, now I go over to my fearless skill. Now, my fearless skill will aid me in my inflammable B area. If I lose out on my inflammable B, because as you guys know, when the shield is completely depleted, none of the amp damage matters. So to help my B shield when it depletes, I go to my fearless, I put 5 on that. Well, your shield is depleted, you gain increased gun damage and fire rate. So with that saying, I go down to my death mark. Death mark. Dealing melee damage marks the target for a short duration. Marked targets take additional damage from all sources. Also, it's not an easy thing to live with. Damn right. Then I come over to my unforeseen. I put 5 on that. So it's at 8. Then I do my innervate. I put 5 on that because I like to run quick and get places if I need to, and if I need to run away quite decently fast, I'll do such, and then come back when my shield's regenerated. It doesn't really ever happen, but it's just like that last just-in-case thing. I skip over that, so I go over to my Rising Shot. Each successfully ranged or melee attack gives you a damage bonus for a short time. This bonus can stack up to 5 times faster. Weapons can give stacks more quickly, but slower weapons retain stacks for a longer period of time. So I put that on 5, and then I come down to my Death Blossom. I put 1 on that. Okay, so I apologize for any cussing, but I try not to. It's kind of hard for me. But Killing Blow. I put 5 on that. Massively increases melee damage against enemies with low health. Now, the kunai, by the time the kunai is with lower enemies, by the time kunai is, worn off, they've already had half health. So that helps out a lot. And then this one right here, I normally put, on Iron Hand, I normally put as much as it takes to get 5. So 3 on that. And that's because of my class mod and stuff like that. Increase your melee damage and your maximum health. That's great. Now we'll move over to my Be Like Water. Shooting an enemy improves the melee damage of your next melee attack. Melee attacks improve the shooting damage for your next shot. So I'll put, enough to get there. And then I'll come over to my Execute. As you all know, if you guys are all melee and you guys like Zero, this is the thing that you guys like to do. So, I'm going to put 1 on the Execute. Melee override skill while Deception is active and a target is under your crosshairs, press right thumbstick in to dash forward a short distance and perform a special melee attack, dealing massive damage. Then I go to my Grim. Grim, I normally put up to 5 because kill skill. Killing an enemy causes your shields to quickly regenerate. And increases your action skill cooldown rate for a few seconds. So, again, that helps my shield out, and it helps it grow quickly so I can disappear and it'll come back fast. So I will put 5 on that. And now saying that I have 2 left. Now what I'll do is I'll put, let's see here, the rest of them on my right here to make it more, a lot more damage. And this setup is mainly what I use because it helps me out in a lot of places. This is without DLC. This is one thing I love, is because I don't have the DLC, but I'm on my 3rd playthrough, and I am halfway, if not a little more than halfway, on through my 3rd playthrough, and that's just using basic stuff, even with all the damage that the enemies are doing. And it becomes helpful for me, and I come to find out that when I actually do get the DLC, I will be filling this tree, not all the way, but I would be able to almost completely fill 2 trees. But I would, when I get the DLC, I'm going to be obviously, doing the backstab when I go online, and then I have the, gaining, more life and melee attackers restore. It's just, I'm going to be doing all this down to here, so I can not just do constant freaking damage, but every time I use every time I shoot out a decoy, I'm going to be having an explosion pop up behind every decoy, which whatever hits the decoy on my way to the next target will explode and die because of that. Everything is a guaranteed kill for me when it comes to the explosion because it's so high of a damage rate. But thank you guys, and this is my first video on how to create a Best of Two Worlds assassin for people who don't have the DLC. Take care, guys, and please like and subscribe.